All right, in this tutorial, what we're going to do is we're going to cover these three objectives. How to make a decision in a program. We call this a conditional statement. What is a relational operator? And how to use to upper or to lower. And we're going to explain why that's helpful and why maybe that isn't helpful. So to get started, you're going to quickly make this form. I just called this number 1 TB, number 2 TB, button 1, 2, 3. And I call this answer 1 label, answer 2 label, answer 3 label. That's all we're going to do. So go ahead and take a minute to do that. I'll pause the video so you guys have a few minutes to do that. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and write a conditional statement for the product. Is a product greater than 10? So we're going to do our 4 parts of every program. We're going to go ahead and say dim number 1, comma, number 2 as integer. We're going to dim product as integer. Okay, it's easy enough. And then we're going to go ahead and try parse it. Me dot number 1 TB dot text into. See how easy everything is when you name it properly. It makes it very easy. Okay. All right, and let's go ahead and calculate our product. Now we're going to do the math. So put dim the variables. Let's go ahead and do the math. All right, so we're going to say product is going to equal number 1 times number 2. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to add a new part to our program. Make an if statement. Okay, or decision. So we're going to say if product is greater than 10, then me dot answer 1 label dot text can equal yes. Else me dot answer 1 label dot text equals no. So what is going to happen here? Let me explain. If this statement is true, the program will execute the next line. Okay? So let's say we have 5 and 5, right, for each one. 25 is 25 greater than 10. Yes, so it'll do this. Well, else, this is reserved for this condition being false. And it'll evaluate that. So that's all there is to it. Let's go ahead and run it and see how it works. So we're going to put 10 and 10. So yes, the product is greater than 10. And let's try 10 and 0. Nope, it's not greater than 10. Now you might say to yourself, what about greater than or equal to? We just do that. That's called the relational operator. These are relational operators. Okay, right down here. Don't put this in your code, but I'm just going to show you what they are. I'm going to put a quotation mark. It's this, comma, that, greater than or equal to, oops, this. So this will pretty much cover your main relational operators. So that's all there is to it. They're operators that help you compare values. Okay, let's try the next one. Okay, so that was for numbers. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. This is a little different. Is your name Steve? How are we going to do this? Well, we're going to dim name as string. Remember, strings contain text. And we're going to say name equals me dot, don't remember what I called this, name1 LBL, This should not be called name1LBL. It should be called name1TB. So I have to fix that. I don't have to fix it, but I should because it makes it easier to deal with. Now this is a question you should ask yourself. Why don't we try parse name? We try parsed product. I mean, we try parse number 1. We try parse number 2. Why are we not try parsing name? Okay, I'm going to let you guys answer that. I might pause the video here and ask you. That's pretty important to understand. Okay, so now what we're going to do is the following. We're going to say if name equals Steve, then we're going to say me.answer to label dot text equals yes, else me dot answer to label dot text equals no. All right. So basically, what will happen is if the answer is Steve, say yes. If it's not, it'll say no. Let's go ahead and run it. See how it works. So we're going to put in Bob. We're going to put in Steve. Yes. How about if we typed in Steve like this? Would it work? No, it's not going to work. The way we created this is case sensitive. It has to look exactly like this. Okay, what we're going to learn next. So we just went over these two. Right? We went over those two. They're done. What we're going to learn next is how to use 2 upper and 2 lower. Those are a little bit different. Sometimes you want to make a comparison where it doesn't matter in terms of case. So this is how we'll do it. Double click. This code's going to look almost the same, so I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste this. Okay. The only thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to put name dot to upper. I'm going to compare it to Steve. Okay. And basically what this does is it takes everything in here and puts it to 2 upper. I'm going to make a quick text box and show you. I'm going to make this label. I'm just going to put it right here. I'm going to float it down here. I'm going to call this label, call it 2 upper label. And let's just see what this does. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put me dot to upper dot text equals name dot to upper. And let's see what this does. Let's go ahead and run it. Okay, so we're going to put Steve. All right. Let's see. Okay, so what I need to do is I put this in the wrong label. So what we'll do, let's go ahead and get this. This is called name 3 label. So let's go ahead and fix that. So we want to do name. See this one right here was name 1 TB. This is called name 3 LBL. We should call this actually name 2 TB. That would make a lot more sense. So let's go ahead and fix that. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and run it now. Now we've fixed the code. Okay, let's go ahead and put. So look what it did. It takes, no matter what case I put, it always makes it uppercase. So now it doesn't matter whether we put a Steve in like this, it's not case sensitive. So that's what 2 upper does. It makes it, let's see what 2 lower does. Let's go ahead and run it now. Let's see what this does. So it makes it all 2 lower, right? So here's a question you could ask yourself. If you were doing this and instead of putting 2 upper, you put 2 lower, how would this change? What are you going to do here to change, to make it right? Okay, I'll give you guys a second to answer that. Go ahead and pause the video. And if you guessed all lowercase, you got that right. Okay, so that's basically covers everything you need to know to do the exercise in class. So we just covered that, how to use 2 upper and 2 lower. Okay, so that's that. You now know how to write an if statement. You understand what the if and else path does. You know what a relational operator is. We reviewed what the 4 parts of a program are. Now we have a 5th part, which enables us to make decisions, which is pretty exciting. You can do a lot more with this now. Okay, hope you enjoyed this lecture, found it useful, and you're able to look back and help use it to help you complete the work.